U.S. slams Jamaica's record on police killings. This is the Hummingbird News Channel, where we keep you up to date with news from across Jamaica. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And now the details. The United States administration has expressed deep concerns about the high rates of killings in Jamaica, highlighting the murder of women and what they believe to be the government's insufficient response in regards to ending the violence and holding the perpetrators responsible. Latest crime statistics released by the police show that as at November 7 this year, 1,097 Jamaicans had been killed. This represents a 2.9% decline over the 1,130 people murdered for the similar period in 2019. The Andrew Holness-led administration is also being urged by the administration to curtail abuses by the security forces and government agents involved in extrajudicial killings, arbitrary detention, and what it describes as life-threatening prison conditions. While we commend the efforts taken thus far to remedy the life-threatening conditions of Jamaica's prisons and detention centers, the government must continue to improve conditions and protect the human rights of those detained, a U.S. official told a United Nations body yesterday. Meanwhile, the Canadian government has recommended that its Jamaican counterpart amend the Indicum Act in line with recommendations of the Joint Select Committee of Parliament in 2015 to give the oversight body the legislative capacity to arrest, charge, and prosecute members of the security forces with unlawful killings and abuses of power. These issues were among a list of recommendations and comments made yesterday as Jamaica's human rights record was extensively examined by the United Nations Human Rights Council's Universal Periodic Review (UPR) working group during a webcast on Wednesday. End abuses by security forces and other government agents involved in extrajudicial killings, arbitrary detention, and life-threatening prison conditions, and ensure swift accountability for those who commit abuses by implementing existing mechanisms to investigate and punish abuses and clearing administrative backlogs, a U.S. official stated. In July, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck signaled that he had changed the previous position of granting Indicum powers to prosecute the police autonomously. Chuck said that his decision was based on his belief that the increase in staffing at the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions will allow for adequate and timely decisions on the files sent by Indicum. During yesterday's United Nations Human Rights Council's UPR discussion, a representative from the UK also expressed concern about the high rate of fatal shooting incidents involving the security forces. In the same sitting, Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith said in her address to members of the UN body that the Jamaican government has shown that the protection of human rights and rule of law remain priorities based on initiatives undertaken. She told the group that Jamaica's Ministry of National Security was developing a Law Enforcement Protection of Integrity Act, which will define the standards of operation for all individuals engaging in law enforcement activities to include considerations for human rights. Johnson-Smith said that the government is also promulgating a less lethal weapons policy, which will provide a regime that will regulate access to less lethal devices such as pepper sprays for personal protection. The policy will also facilitate options for graduated use of force by the security forces in the application of less lethal weapons, such as electroshock weapons, thereby reducing the potential of excessive use of force against the public, she explained. The Foreign Affairs Minister also highlighted that policy for the use of body-worn cameras in police operations was drafted in 2016. According to Johnson-Smith, body-worn cameras were required to enhance the provision of human rights and human dignity and form part of the government's thrust to ensure that citizens' human rights are not violated when the police personnel are dealing with civilians.
This is the Hummingbird News Channel, where we keep you up to date with news from across Jamaica. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And don't forget to hit the bell so you can keep up to date with our new uploads. Until next time, be the change that you wish to see in the world.